Mr. Chikasa, do you like traveling abroad? Especially, this time I'd like to ask you about Hawaii. In recent years, celebrities have been buying second homes in Hawaii, and spending the New Year holidays there has become more popular than ever. It has always been a popular travel destination, and I think it's still a place that is loved by many. Let's go back 25 years and discuss a mysterious incident that occurred in Hawaii. Some of you may be familiar with it already. On February 19, 1994, 56-year-old Kiyono Fujita was found dead in Kakako, Honolulu, Hawaii, United States of America, in a case known as the Kiyono Fujita Hawaii murder case. She was found dead from a gunshot wound in her own room at a luxury condominium in the area, and it was determined to be a homicide that occurred that day. At the parking lot of a hotel a few kilometers from the scene, a passenger car was found on fire. Inside, a woman in her 20s with her hands and feet bound with tape and a gunshot wound to her chest was discovered in a state resembling a child's body. Shortly before she was found, she had requested a loan of $20,000 from a bank, claiming it was related to someone's life or death. In the end, this loan was not approved. At that time, I felt that her situation was pitiful. A bank employee contacted the police station, and when a staff member from the police station rushed over, they noticed smoke coming from her mansion. The report came from inside the closet of her room. Miss Fujita herself was found collapsed in the closet. Let's talk about what kind of person she was. Kiyoko Fujita, born on January 4th, 1938 in Okayama City, Okayama Prefecture. Orphaned at a young age, she was taken in by her paternal uncle but moved around frequently among acquaintances due to various circumstances. At 9 years old, she was adopted by the Hawaii. After gaining spiritual abilities, she worked as a medium and continued doing so. An article in the Keizai Shimbun introduced Fujita as a mysterious girl with miraculous powers, claiming that wearing the mari she gave would grant wishes. This made her well known among business people, and some Keizai Shimbun offices even allowed her to meet with them. She fell in love. The person she fell for was Sadakichi Fujita, who was like a father figure to her. He exploited the post-war turmoil to falsify the family register. He turned many girls into prostitutes. She was one of them. His goal was to make the girls work and profit from pimping them out, and that's what he did, even to this day. He pretended to be a model student, joining a prestigious university under the pretense of being a college student from a humble background, and even served as the leader of a club. But in reality, it was all a facade. In truth, Sadayoshi Fujita was completely different. He gathered women and made them work as companions for charcoal merchants and American soldiers at night. He frequently visited the university to mentor students, many of whom later worked at Sankei Shimbun after graduating. Even so, it's still suspicious. Why did Sadayoshi Fujita promote himself so extensively, spreading his name all over the country like this? Sadayoshi Fujita, a celebrated beauty, captivated admirers from traditional crafts and performing arts circles. Notable fans included Nobusuke Kishi, Takeo Fukuda, Matsushita, Yukinojo, and Kenji Oizono. She was involved in establishing the United States-Japan Security Treaty and Nobusuke Kishi's resignation. She reportedly made multiple accurate predictions. In 1961, she launched a real estate business after it truly occurred. She married a man but divorced after 3 years, managing the business herself. Sauna caught fire, resulting in fatalities, and she disappeared from the stage. Then in 1973, when she was 35, she suddenly moved to Hawaii. At this time, you hear her name. Due to her background and experience, she accomplished something nearly unprecedented. She made a living by working as a consultant. Why was Kanojo harmed? It is said that her pride played a big part in it. In his 20s, Goto Fujita's fiancé, Kanojo, suddenly vanished from his life, leaving him alone in what had seemed an ordinary, pure existence. He felt uneasy. Harugo's financial anxiety stemmed from Mr. Fujita holding the credit card under his own name when Goro entered university. He often lent it to his friends, and his friends used it as well. He said his friends would repay the money, but it has never happened so far. That's the trouble we faced. The police immediately began questioning and investigating the people around Kanojo. According to Kanojo's housekeeper, Kanojo often argued with Goro over money, but it doesn't seem like it was something serious enough to lead to a grudge. The police investigation led to the suspect's quick release. Supporting actor Ra Ita was 28 years old. It was the day before the incident when Mr. Doro made the final decision during the scuba diving trip. It was discovered that the supporting actor had pawned her precious metals for $2,000. The pawn shop became the focus of the investigation. The shop owner, located about 328 yards from the mansion, knew her well and accepted the items. He said there was no doubt that the precious metals belonged to her. The police immediately headed to the apartment of the accomplice, but the accomplice had already disappeared with her lover. In that apartment, a pistol similar to the one used in the crime was found. Furthermore, bloodstains matching Mr. Itsutsu's type A were detected on the sofa. The sofa that was supposed to be in the room was gone, indicating something had occurred. It was also discovered that the accomplice had 4 prior arrests in California for illegal firearm possession. He was suspected of gun smuggling and having connections with violent gangs. The accomplice, who was constantly struggling financially, had been borrowing money from Mr. Itsutsu for expenses such as rent and utilities. Police are focusing on the accomplice as the main suspect in these incidents and are tracking his location. 2 days after the incident occurred, the accomplice was still in Japan. And then, seeing news articles related to this case, he starts to panic. He thinks, it can't be me, right? He surrendered to Kanagawa Prefectural Police, claiming innocence and calling it a mistake. The police checked all the security cameras installed in the apartment where Fukusaku lived. On that day, they confirmed Fukusaku was seen driving a car with a large amount of luggage. From that cart, Mr. Itsutsu's A was found, which became the case. About half a year after the incident, in August 1994, the Hawaii authorities determined that Fukusaku was the perpetrator and requested his arrest and extradition from Japan. Fukusaku was transferred to Hawaii, an unusual move, due to a Japanese national being the suspect and his extradition to another country being requested. This was the first case of its kind. Thus, the trial began. The prosecution's main argument was that Fukusaku acted alone. As previously mentioned, various pieces of evidence were presented, and almost all of them were. All evidence pointed to Fukusaku as the lone offender. Fukusaku replied, "Fujita." Mr. Fujita also insisted on his innocence, claiming that he was not involved and had nothing to say about this case. There was a reason for this. Based on the evidence, there was no room to doubt that Fukusaku was the perpetrator. Security camera footage from the supermarket near the train station where Mr. Goro was last seen has been submitted. Security footage from a supermarket 3 kilometers away showed Fukusaku shopping just 4 minutes before Mr. Goro's car was set ablaze, supporting his alibi. While Fukusaku's defense continued to plead not guilty, the verdict was reached: guilty. Fukusaku received a life sentence for second-degree murder, the harshest punishment for this grave offense in Hawaii, which has no death penalty. Fukusaku maintains his innocence, claiming he only moved the body. But just moving the body doesn't make you the perpetrator, does it? If that's the case, this is a big misunderstanding. He contradicts himself at times. From here, things get a bit odd and don't align with his previous statements. Mr. Fujita was struck with a metal bat, and there is evidence of multiple additional violent acts. There are also circumstances that make it hard to believe this was the work of a lone criminal. She had recorded the proceedings of the disciplinary committee in her notebook while she was alive. That notebook has not been seen since the incident. If the contents of the notebook were to leak, it could cause trouble for some people. Or perhaps someone who got their hands on the notebook is now exerting influence in the current industry. That's what people are saying, apparently. The accomplice, a member of the North Korean group in Japan, worked at a North Korea-related financial company. Mr. Fujita is crucial to the money flow. It's said that after being harmed by a co-worker in a trouble, the accomplice was forced to leave at the end, and to protect himself and his family from danger, he has kept his mouth shut about the truth. That's the story, and the background behind it is... she is from the financial business where the accomplice works. There are rumors that she received a loan of 15 million yen from the financial company, and later there was trouble because she couldn't repay that loan. According to his story, the financial company was involved in counterfeiting and she was deeply connected to it, so there are rumors that she was killed to keep her quiet. However, these rumors only started about 2 months after the incident occurred. Incidentally, the president of the financial company where the accomplice worked was also murdered. Was this just a coincidence? The perpetrator of this case has been caught, so it is not an unsolved case. Is it really true that Fukusaku acted alone? Or is the truth still hidden? As for Fukusaku, he has admitted to the following 2 points. He admitted to stealing her precious metals and taking them to a pawn shop, and also to driving Mr. Itsugo, who was killed at her home, to the train station. However, he still maintains that there is a real culprit behind the murder. In Hawaii, the death penalty is the maximum sentence, but if he serves 30 years, there is a possibility he could be released. As of 2020, that would be in about 5 years. Fukusaku talks about something regarding this case. That much is certain. If we're lucky, the day when the truth comes to light may not be so far off.